Alright guys, we're going to take another look at estimating a 15% tip. So this is number 8 from your homework. It says to estimate a 15% tip on a $9.85 bill. So the first thing that we're going to do for this is to use the rule of 10%. So, well, actually the first thing we're going to do is do a little bit of rounding. Okay, so we're going to round $9.85 up to 10 bucks. Okay. Then we're going to do the rule of 10%. So to calculate 10% of any number, all we do is take our decimal point, which starts right here, and just move it back one spot. So 10% of $10 is $1. We're trying to get to 15%. So what we do next is for 5%, since 5% is half of 10, we can just take half of this $1, which is 50 cents, and then we add them together. 10% and 5% gives us the 15% that we're looking for. $1 plus 50 cents is approximately, well, it's $1.50, but we are estimating there to get up from $9 to 85 cents. Okay, so that's how we estimate 15% tip. I'd like to go over to number 16 now. And the directions in 16 actually say to use fractions, which might be a little bit more helpful in this case, but we'll do the decimal estimation like we've been doing. So number 16 says to find or estimate 53% of 242. So first, I'm going to make my 53%, I'm going to make that 50%. And let's make this 240. So those are my two roundings right there. Now, the way to use fractions, or at least your knowledge of percents here, 50% is half of something. So if I take half of 240, I'm going to get 120. Okay, so that's why in this way the fraction method is kind of a little bit easier, although we didn't talk about that in class today. The other way to do it would be to use, again, our rule of 10%. So 10% of 240 is 24. Remember, again, we just move our decimal one spot back. And then there are 5 10% in 50%. So we would multiply this by 5 to get my 50%. Multiply this by 5 to get 120. Okay. Either way you do those, I prefer the fraction method for this particular case, but either way would work just fine. Thanks for watching.